Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we will cover on the part 2 for the chapter 6 for the merger and acquisitions. Okay, so we go through. Okay, so this is the continuing on the last video. So there is two financial side effect of the mergers. You have to remember back merger when a company acquire another company. So that is a merger. You kena ingat konsep merger. So there is some effect daripada merger. The first is earning growth. So maksud dia earning growth wujud bila berlakunya mergers. So when the company do a mergers, their earning will be growth or increase. And the second one, diversifications. So diversification ni you kena ingat before this I ada explain on, for example, company A dia ada industri textile and then tiba-tiba dia nak join ataupun dia nak acquire another company B yang provide on the, for example, airlines. So bila satu syarikat penerbangan industri and then satu lagi textile industry, there is different industry. So itu yang kita call as a diversifications. When it continue to diversifications, it means that diversification do not eliminate systematic risk. By contrast, unsystematic risk can diversify away through mergers. Acquiring firm can gain from diversification in two conditions. The first one, if diversification decrease the unsystematic risk at a low cost, then investor adjustment to personal portfolio. And the second one is if diversification reduce risk and increase debt capacity. So it is the condition that the firm will gain from the diversifications. Okay, so this is important on the calculating the value of the firm after acquisition. So this is the thing that you should avoid the mistake. The first one, do not ignore the market value, and the second one, estimate only incremental cash flows. The third one, use the correct discount rate, sebab discount rate kena ikut present value. And then the last one, consider transaction cost. Okay, this one we will more understand if you look the example of the questions. Okay, so this is the cost to stockholder from reduction in risk. Okay, so kita tengok the base case is when two all equities firm merge, maksud dia ada A and B. When A and B, so A ni dia tak ada debt and B pun no debt. When the two company no debt, there is no transfer of synergy to the bondholder. Sama juga the stockholder. The stockholder of both firm are indifferent to the merger. Maksud dia tak ada beza pun the bondholder and the stockholder punya value. Sebab there is no debt between company A and company B. So the one firm has a debt. When one firm has a debt, it's gonna be like this. So A has debt and the other B tak ada debt. So the value of leveraged shareholders call option falls. Reduce the value of leveraged shareholders call option fall. And bondholder gain co-insurance effect or mutual guarantee and the stockholders lose. Kenapa? Sebab ada salah satu firm ada debt. So it means when they are merged, all those debt have been kena tanggung oleh kedua-dua shareholders. Sebab diorang dah merge. Bila kena merge, anything debt tanggung sama-sama. So, the bondholder akan untung lah kat sini. The bondholder akan dapat gain sebab dia debt tu dapat macam dia dapat cover back dia punya debt. Tapi dari segi stockholder lose lah sebab dia kena tanggung all the debt by the one firm. And then the bondholder also usually will be helped by mergers. Less risky, the combined firm, the greater the gains to the bondholders. Yang ni macam I cakap tadi lah. The less risky combined firm, bila firm ni combine, when there is debt, salah satunya company debt, so siapa yang untung? Bondholder lah. Sebab anything debt yang berlaku dalam within in the company, dia akan dapat balik dia punya bayaran. Ataupun debt tu, dia dapat bayaran balik. And then the stockholder will be acquiring firm will be hurt by the amount that the bondholders gain. Sebab actually stockholder is the person that provide the capital. Apa-apa pun, macam kita belajar sebelum ni, anything happen ataupun when the company gonna bankrupt, apa yang dia akan lansaikan dulu adalah hutang-hutang. So, bila dia orang merge company A and B, dia terpaksa utamakan hutang rather than the gain to the shareholders. Okay, so this is the example 1 when for the base case, when two all equity firm merge. So it's mean that before merge, this is a company A and B. After merge, dia akan jadi AB. Okay, so as you can see here for state 1, state 2 and state 3, dia ada nilai-nilai before merger. 80, 50, 25. So, macam mana you nak dapat this amount? 60 and 40. Macam mana you nak dapat this amount? 60 and 40. So, you ambil 80, you times with the 0.5. And then you plus with the 50 times with the 0.3. And then you plus with the 25 times with the 0.2. So, you akan dapat jawapan dia 60. So, ini pun cara yang sama. You kena buat times with the 0.5 plus times 0.3 plus times 0.2. You akan dapat 40. And then, after merger, macam mana you dapat this amount? You tambah je macam biasa. 80 tambah 50, 50 tambah 40, 90, 25 tambah 15, 40. Okay, so you boleh je nak buat untuk dapatkan the amount of 100, you boleh je tambah 60 and 40. 60 and 40. Ataupun you boleh buat kaedah macam ni. Times 130 darab 0.5 tambah 90 darab 0.3 tambah and then 40 darab 0.2. You akan dapat the amount 100. Sama je. So, apa yang kita dapat buktikan dekat sini, market value untuk before merger A and B are indifferent. Tak ada beza pun to the proposed merger. The value is remain 100. Kalau you tengok ni, this is 100. This also have 100. So, there is no difference between stockholder A and B. Kalau diorang merger ke diorang tak merge pun, diorang akan dapat market value of 100. Okay, so this is example 2 on the one firm has debt. So, it means that the firm A has debt, while firm B is all equity firm. It means no debt. So, kita tengok soalan ni macam mana dia trade. Okay, so dia ambil the same example. This is before merger and after merger. So, firm A ada debt. Bila ada debt, if you see in your slide yang previous tadi, dia ambil amount yang sama juga. So, untuk firm A, bila dia ada debt, dia pecahkan into debt and equity. So, bila firm A ada debt, dia akan, first, you kena ingat priority when the firm has debt, priority untuk settlekan hutang and then baru kepada shareholders. This one bondholder, this one shareholders. So, 80 dia punya untuk firm A before merger. Then bila ada debt, dia kena bahagi sama rata 40 and 40. When second state 50, dia akan settle on the debt RM40 and then the balance will be give to the shareholders. And for 25, sebab maximum amount yang kita bayar for bond is RM40. So 25 kita akan settle up dekat bahagian debt and we pay nothing to the shareholders ataupun to the equity. So macam mana you dapat 60? Sama juga macam tadi. So 80 darab 0.5 tambah dengan 50 darab 0.3 tambah RM25 darab dengan 0.2. So you akan dapat RM60. Untuk dapatkan RM37 pun cara yang sama. So you kena ambil 40 times with 0.5 plus with 40 times with 0.3 plus with 25 times with 0.2. So you akan dapat the amount of 37. Cara sama untuk you dapatkan amount RM23 juga. Okay, so this is for firm A, under firm A, and then firm B sama je, RM50, 40 and 15. Okay, this one dia tak pecah debt and equity sebab the company B has no debt. That's why kita tak kira, tak bahagi ataupun tak pecahkan dia kepada debt and equity. After merger, firm B akan, okay, this amount kita dah kira tadi, before tadi, just you add 80 tambah dengan 50. So, you akan dapat 130. Sama juga 50 dengan 40. And then 40, 25 plus dengan 15. So, you akan dapat RM40. So, market value juga sama. Dengan cara you times and plus with the you times plus then you times. So, you akan dapat the answer of 100. For debt and equity, kan company A ada debt and then company B no debt. So, bila company A ada debt, kita kena priority dekat debt. So, every month ataupun every state kena bayar RM40, RM40, RM40. And then, baru kita bagi dekat shareholders. So, 90 is the balance to the shareholders and 50 to the shareholders ataupun stockholders. And the last one, 0. Sebab the amount yang hutang tu kita dah cover sebab the firm AB untuk state ketiga hanya ada RM40. So, all the RM40 have been spent to the bond holders. So, shareholders will get nothing on the state 3. And how you get this? Cara dia, cara yang sama. 40 times with 0.5, 40 times with 0.3, and 40 times with 0.2. You akan dapat RM40. And this one also the same things. Macam you buat macam ni. Atas ni. Cuma dari segi amount dia je yang lain. 90 dengan 50. Okay. So based on the table, we can see that Firm A cannot pay the debt claim in full since NPV equal to 25 ringgit whereas the value of the debt should be 40 ringgit. So you tengok balik on before merger the company on the debt, Firm A debt, dia tak boleh bayar a full amount. Sepatutnya the value of the debt 40 ringgit, dia hanya boleh bayar 25 ringgit. So the firm A cannot pay the debt. Therefore, the debt 40 ringgit times with 0.5 plus 40 ringgit times with 0.3 to 25 ringgit times with 0.2, you akan dapat 37. Okay, this one you can see in the debt dalam jadual previous slide. So when there is A and B separate, sebab yang ada hutang adalah A. A tak mampu nak bayar hutang dia. So bila A and B separate, B cannot guarantee A debt. Maksud dia B tak boleh tolong cover on the debt issues for the firm A. But after merger, the bondholder can draw on a cash flow from firm AB. Sebab bila kita merge company A and B, the bondholder can able to get back their debt. So hence bondholder gain 3 ringgit. Okay, macam mana dia gain 3 ringgit? Kita ambil 40 ringgit. 40 is you tengok after merger dalam section market value debt. So 40 ringgit you minus with the before merger at the debt punya section, market value 37 ringgit. So from the merger, so dekat sini membuktikan dia dah gain 3 ringgit. That's why bila one firm has debt, kita ada belajar yang sebelum tadi, dia ada cakap the bondholder will gain and the shareholder will loss. So kita akan tengok part mana yang shareholder akan loss. And then the mutual guarantee is called as co-insurance effect. Maksud dia saling membantu antara firm A and firm B, itu yang we call as mutual guarantee. And the existing shareholder of A lose sebanyak 3 ringgit. Okay, kenapa 3 ringgit? Kita tengok. 20 ringgit adalah daripada equity value of A after merger. So you can see on the merger section, after merger section, you ambil 60 ringgit, you minus with 40 ringgit equity value of B. So you ambil 60 dalam after merger dalam equity and then you minus with the 40 ringgit equity value untuk B. So you akan dapat 20 ringgit. And then you deduct ataupun you minus dengan equity value before merger. So before merger ni, you ambil 60 ringgit, you minus with the equity 37 ringgit. So you akan dapat, sebab sekarang kita nak test on dia punya equity. Berapa banyak yang shareholder akan dapat. So you ambil 60 minus with the 37. So you akan dapat the amount of 23 ringgit. So 20 tolak 23, you akan dapat loss sebanyak 3 ringgit from the merger. So ini yang dapat membuktikan when one firm has debt, so it will gain bondholder and loss to the shareholder. So ini yang kita dapat buktikan. Okay, so how can shareholders reduce their loss from co-insurance effect? Okay, the first one, apa yang dia boleh buat sebelum merger, before the company merge, contoh company A dia merge dengan company B. Okay, so company A merge company B, A akan request company B untuk settle all the debt. So after they settle the debt, baru dia akan join ataupun dia akan merge. Once the company B belum settle hutang, dia takkan merge with the company. And second one, issue more debt after merger. So maksud dia macam ni, kenapa after merger dia issue more debt? To make sure yang shareholder untuk company A and B sama-sama merasa untuk membayar hutang tersebut. So it's mean that contoh kalau B ada debt, tak adalah shareholders A terasa banyak yang untuk bayar dia punya company B punya debt. So that's why they try to issue more debt. Kan kita ada belajar sebelum ni on the chapter tax benefit. So bila kita issue more debt, kita akan dapat interest kan, interest deduction. So lagi tinggi interest deduction, lagi kuranglah tax yang kita kena bayar. Lagi tinggi interest, lagi kurang tax yang kita kena bayar. That's why there are two effect. Interest deduction from a new debt will increase the firm value, sebab sikit je amount tax yang dia nak kena bayar. Tapi kalau in the real world, it is tak elok lah buat more debt, sebab lagi banyak lah dia kena bayar hutang. Tapi ada in term of the tax benefit, they think that they will do more debt untuk kurangkan dia punya tax yang dia kena bayar. Tapi tak disarankan untuk membuat more debt after merger. And then the probability of financial distress increase, thus the reduced bondholder gains from co-insurance effects. So this is the effect daripada shareholders. How can shareholders reduce their losses? Okay, next is the NPV of the merger. Typically, a firm will use NPV analysis when making acquisitions. So analysis is more easier or straightforward with cash offer, but get complicated when the consideration is in stock. In stock acquisitions, the acquirer need to determine fraction of ownership. So it means that macam mana fraction of ownership is based on the number of the shares that the buyer offer to acquiree. So this is the fraction of the ownership, and NPV analysis is used to quantify the synergy necessary to justify the mergers. So these are the calculations. So kita akan tengok on how we calculate the NPV of a merger. Okay, so this is the formula of a merger. There is two model. The first one is non-dividend growth model, and second one dividend growth model. Okay, so for non-dividend growth model, you have to calculate the value of the firm. So apa you nak kena kira? You have to calculate unit of shares you times with the market share price. And then for dividend growth model, you have to calculate like this one. This one kita dah belajar dalam chapter before this untuk KE, if I'm tak silap. So untuk subject COC, cost of capital, kita dah belajar untuk dividend growth model. So calculate the KE or R. KE is a required rate of return or cost of capital, incorporate the KE into share price of value, and calculate the value of firm V, DPS, which means that dividend per share times with growth rate times with unit per share divide by the KE minus G. So this is the step. This step you have to know sebab this one will be asked in your final exam. So nanti dia mungkin akan bagi you data and you have to calculate when the firm want to do the merger. Okay, so this is the formula on the merger. PC stand for purchase consideration. Purchase consideration. Okay, so it means that when a company A want to acquire company B tapi by cash. So kita kena kira the value of combined firm sebab sekarang when there is merger kita kena kira the value. So synergy plus VA value A plus B. Okay, so synergy. Macam mana kita nak kira synergy? Kita boleh dapatkan the amount of synergy dari 3 situations. Antara A, B or C. You kalau info, this is based on the information given. Kalau info yang bagi, you boleh pakai on this one, you have to calculate by using this formula. So, apa-apa pun yang berkaitan, kena check balik dengan the information given. So, kalau ada dia bagi PV on the reduction in cost, so that you have to follow the information. Okay, so VA and VB on this one is the value before merge. So that's why synergy plus value company A before merge plus with value B before merge. So macam mana you nak dapatkan synergy? Dalam 3 cara. The first one, you can use this formula, or second one, by doing this formula. Apa beza post and pre? Post adalah after merger and pre adalah before merger. And then the PV of reduction in cost, maksud dia present value of the reduction in cost tu, contoh when the company have merged, mungkin the cost of advertising also will be decreased, and then some of the employees will be terminated. So anything relate to the cost of the two firm will be reduced. Next is for the NPV, net present value for cash acquisition. So dia ada dua cara macam mana you nak kira net present value. First one, synergy minus premium. So macam mana kita nak tahu what is premium? Okay, so maximum ataupun premium tadi, so premium adalah you can see on the number 5, premium on the cash acquisition. So cost paid cash ataupun firm A bayar cash to the value B minus with the VB pre, which means that the value of firm B before merger. And then the VB minus on the second NPV, if you can see here, VB post minus cost paid cash to the VB. So how we want to calculate for VB post? You can refer back to this one. VB post will be equal to the VB pre plus with the synergy. So pre is before. So the value of firm B plus with the synergy, you akan dapat VB post. So this is how you want to calculate this is the formula merger for the firm purchase consideration by cash. And if the question, kadang-kadang dalam question, dia akan state juga sebagai maximum price. So what is maximum price here is a VB post. Okay, sometime lah. Nama lain dia adalah maximum price. When there is maximum price, we consider that as VB post. Okay, so next condition, formula merger yang kedua adalah when firm A, I just state here, firm A acquire firm B by shares ataupun kadang-kadang share swap. So maksud dia A acquire B, B is a target firm, so A acquire B by share, macam tadi cash, so this one is through share. So you kena gunakan formula for NPV shares acquisitions, synergy minus premium. Apa yang sama dekat sini adalah how you want to find out the synergy. Synergy you akan guna formula yang sama, tapi untuk NPV macam tadi NPV cash acquisition, tapi right now sebab the firm acquire company by share, so dia kena guna NPV share acquisitions, synergy minus premium, and for there are two condition ataupun dua cara. Satu by synergy minus premium, or the second one is VB post minus cost paid shares to VB. So apa yang ada maksud sini, merger price such as cost of merger shares to B ataupun cost paid shares to B. So itu yang dimaksudkan cost paid to the B. And then cost paid shares to B, fraction of the share ownership times with the value of combined firm. Value of combined firm macam mana kita nak kira? Tengok balik on the same formula macam cash tadi. So VAB akan equal to the synergy plus VA plus VB. So sama je formula dia. So value of combined firm, you refer back to the same formula. And then fraction of share ownership you times with the value of combined firm. So macam ni kita nak kira fraction of share ownership? By doing this formula. Number of share A offered to B, and then divide with the total number of shares. So you akan dapat the fraction of share ownership. And the total new number of share, macam ni nak dapat this amount, number of share A plus with number of share A offered to B. Contoh, A kata dia offer 80% ataupun 80% share kepada B. So number of share lebih kepada berapa unit. So contoh kalau 80% ni stand for 1 million unit. So tambahlah dengan 1 million unit. And then you plus, lepas tu baru you divide by number of share A offered to B. And then the premium. Macam mana kita nak kira premium? On 6A, this one, premium, kita ambil cost paid shares to B. Ingat tadi anything yang relate dengan cash tadi, tapi sekarang disebabkan share, all the formula relate with the share price. So cost paid share to VB minus with VB pre. Pre is before merge. So this is the formula yang you kena tahu. Kalau you better, I suggest you untuk keluarkan all the formulas. So nanti bila you nak buat tutorial or you ada test ataupun for your final exam, senang untuk you just study on your short notes. Okay, so last is the formula merger on the market price after merger. Okay, so macam biasa sebab tadi kita nak tahu on the market price by cash. Sebab tadi kita boleh own ataupun merge the company by cash or by share. So when we want to know the market price after merger, this is the formula that you have to follow if the company have merged. Contoh A merge with B by cash. So it means that you have to calculate the VAB, the value of AB, minus with the cost paid by cash to the VB. Okay, kenapa you nak kena minus with cost paid cash to VB? Sebab you have to exclude all the cash related. Sebab bila market price, kita nak kira on the shares. Sebab tu dekat bawah ni, dia total you akan divide dengan share. Sebab you nak tahu only share yang ada dalam company sahaja. Yang you relate with the cash is not related to the share. That's why you exclude. You kena minus. Yang penting you just follow on this formula. Kalau dia nak tahu market price by cash, you follow this formula. And the number of share in A, maintain the existing number of share because no share exchange. Maksud dia, bila A acquire B, untuk share B ni, kita takkan acquire all the share of the B. Sebab kita merge the company by cash. So the number of shares only in the firm A. Tapi kalau market price by share, just you put here value AB and then the new number of share. Sebab kita buy another ataupun merge another company by share. So that's why kita letak the total untuk share A and B. Sebab nanti at the end dia akan jadi AB. Okay, so which one is better? Cash versus common stock. For our evaluations, if the target firm shares are too expensive to buy with cash, then go with stock. So this is how the firm want to acquire another firm. Kalau target firm yang ataupun contoh A dia nak acquire B, and then the target firm is too expensive to buy with cash, so you acquire with the stock. If the share of the acquirer are overvalued, pay by shares acquirer will giving away less number of shares, so reduce the fraction of ownership in merged firm. For the tax, cash acquisition usually triggered tax, but for the stock acquisition usually tax-free. And for sharing gain from the merger with cash transaction, the target firm's shareholders are not entitled to any downstream synergies. So this is to show you on which one is better. It is based on the experience by the firm that have been involved with the merger and acquisition. And then there also have a friendly versus hostile takeover. In friendly merger, both company management are receptive. However, in hostile merger, the acquiring firm attempt to gain control of the target without their approval. Strategies to gain control in hostile merger: tender offer, street sweep, proxy fight. So tender offer ni, dia adalah offer made directly to the stockholder to buy share at a premium above the current market price. So maksud dia, friendly is more macam baik sikit, hostile with kekasaran lah. And then kalau kita dapat baca here, A acquire B. Maksud dia A ni attempt to gain control on the target without their approval. Maksud dia A ni akan berusaha untuk try dapatkan B. By hook or by crook, dia orang akan dapat untuk gain control of the B. So first tender offer, and the second one, acquirer may continue to buy more shares in open market until control is achieved. So dia akan beli je share banyak-banyak, lagi banyak share yang dia beli untuk company tu, is mean they will gain a control to the target firm. And the last one, falsify a procedure involving corporate voting as an attempt to win a majority of seats on the BOD to force merger. So diorang akan berusaha untuk sedaya upaya untuk ambil alih B. Kalau hostile merger, dia lebih kepada dengan cara-cara yang strategi-strategi yang kalau yang kita panggil ni in the words of kasar lah, sebab dia try untuk contoh A nak acquire B, dia akan try untuk sedaya upaya untuk acquire the B itself. Kalau untuk friendly, the both company management are receptive, saling menerima. So there are defensive tactics. So I think this one you can read by yourself, macam mana the firm want to defensive ataupun dia tak nak try untuk merge with the others company. So you can read by yourself for defensive tactics, sebab it more on the theory. So for deterring takeover before being in play, there are several types of it. So I think all of you may read by yourself and do some short notes. Sometimes it might test in your final exam on the theory part. So I hope you can prepare some your short notes on the deterring takeover before being in play. Okay, just now is the deterring takeover before the company is in play, but right now is after the company is in play. So how can the company react on the merger? So this one you also can do your own notes sebab dia more kepada teori je. So anything just refer on the notes. Okay, so that is the chapter for the merger and acquisition for part 2. For the theory part, I hope yang you buat mind map ataupun your short notes, so senang nanti you just nak refer dekat mana-mana ke. And then for the tutorial questions, I will give you the tutorial answer and questions, sebab kita takkan discuss on the tutorial questions sebab we have another 2 chapter need to cover before all of you take your final exam. So I just give you 2 example of the past year questions and I will give you the solutions. So nanti I hope yang everyone can do a lot of exercise. So you buat kedua-dua tutorial questions, the dua-dua questions yang I provided. So nanti anything yang you tak faham, you just boleh tanya I. And if we able to finish our chapter early, kita akan buat more on the past year exam questions. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much and have a nice day.